executive session.
Yeah.
I'd be looking for a motion related to the purchase and sale agreement for 11 Killingworth Turnpike.
I'd like to make that motion. And the motion is to approve the sale of 11 Killingworth Turnpike, also known as 27 Killingworth Turnpike, and allow the First Selectman, Christine Goupil, to sign the purchase and sale agreement with Greylock Property Group for $2.2 million and send the decision on to the Board of Finance, Planning and Zoning, and on for a public hearing and town meeting for approval. The public hearing will be scheduled for November 28th at 6 p.m. and the town meeting will be scheduled for December 5th at 6 p.m.
I'd like to second that.
We have discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to just throw this out there in the discussion, that this also will include the demolition of the building and any road improvements. So the 2.2 plus the demolition of the building, plus any of the road improvements they need by Department of Transportation or any deep improvements or anything like that.
That'll be borne by the buyer.
Right.
Yes. The demolition's included?
Yeah, buyer
Alright,
gets
we're
going.
not doing comment from the public.
This is the motion phase,
Okay,
guys.
that's all I just want to throw it out
Well,
there.
just for
But that would be in the
clarification,
discussion
these
phase.
are costs borne by the
That would be in the
developer.
discussion
We're in
phase.
discussion, that's okay,
Discussion.
let's keep it in order.
We didn't have a second.
Jack,
Oh.
Jack second. Other discussion, we can go around the room if you like.
Well,
Yeah.
just to be clear, that those additional costs, the developer has agreed to bear those costs.
Right, but I just wanted to.
Right, just to make sure before the rumors start and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, did anything?
I would just like to say thank you to Christine and to Mary Jo, our council. I'm sorry, last name was Phillips, right? Andrews, I'm sorry. For all the months and months of very hard work and detail-oriented work that went into the agreement that we're looking at this morning. This Board of Selectmen did their due diligence. We looked at every developer that came in with a viable proposal. We analyzed and discussed, and everybody had their fair look. And at the end of the day, this group seemed to offer what we were looking for and had the ability to deliver what we're looking for. And they did their due diligence and worked with the regulations that apply to this lot. So it should be fairly smooth sailing through the acceptance process because they have dotted their i's and crossed their t's, as has Christine. And I think everybody involved in this project did a terrific job, and we're very grateful to have this purchase and sale agreement in front of us.
Here.
Yeah, we
It was a long process. There were probably 4 or 5 other developers that had come to us. So you can see that to be able to go through and discuss this with that many potential candidates, it takes a while. So, but I think that certainly this process came to fruition in a good period of time. And so we're happy to make the announcement.
And these are local developers, and we did go look at their other projects. Several of the other projects, Larkin, Contingent, and Longmeadow, and there are other ones out there too. So we did look at their other projects.
Can I make one last comment? Also, many thanks to Mary Scatino, because everything filters through Mary, and without her just throwing this into her regular workday, it would be very hard to follow for 8 people.
As well as the charter.
As well as throwing two charters into this.
So after we have a motion, I would like to read the press statement.
We
to
have
the
a
record.
motion, as we said.
Well, I mean, after I call the motion, so.
Let me make one more comment. While we're handing out kudos, you know, first, I know EDC is behind us and many town residents are, but we worked very well together because we were focused on what we thought was best for Clinton and what Clinton would like and what Clinton would accept. And we thought we knew some of those things, and we focused on what we thought was the best developer. We had 4 very strong proposals that had no funding issues that we could detect. And we felt this was the best fit for that property and was complementary to the Clinton outlet mall, which, was an issue you have to consider. And so, we're all obviously very pleased, and hope the public will be also.
And then also with the zoning regulations, that was our biggest, greatest concern, that the project aligned closely with what the zoning regulations allow, so that there would be no hiccups along the way getting through that regulatory process of planning and zoning. All right, I'm going to call a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So I'm going to just take the opportunity to read the press statement. So this is for Indian River Landing. The Board of Selectmen is pleased to announce that Greylock Property Group is the preferred developer of the old Morgan School property to be named Indian River Landing. Greylock is experienced in redevelopment sector and have a portfolio of work ranging from the new Central Hall in historic Mystic, Connecticut, to Larkin Square, Watch Hill, Rhode Island, Longmeadow Shops in Longmeadow, Massachusetts. The purchase and sale agreement is contingent upon public hearing, Board of Finance, Planning and Zoning, and Town Meeting approval. The agreement for the sale of the old Morgan property is at a purchase price of $2.2 million. The cost of the demolition, road improvements, and remediation costs will be borne by the developer. The Indian River Landing was designed by Greylock with the help of local architect Matt Williams of William Architects as a mixed-use development with retail, restaurants, services fronting Route 81 corridor, a second level of larger scale retail, grocery, and small community residential townhomes in the back of the property. The southern pad along Route 81 may also accommodate a mid-scale hotel. The project will include a recreational walking path and public park on the Indian River. The target market is for homes is for young professionals and empty nesters. The site is strategically located for high-quality mixed development directly across from Clinton Crossing outlets, which will benefit from the location as well as attracting additional shoppers and visitors to Clinton. The retail envisioned at Indian River Landing will complement the outlets by providing restaurants and retail brands not currently in Clinton, along with other village-type services. The Indian River Landing will benefit from the river frontage, the Route 81 frontage, and location visibility to Interstate 95. The interior of the site will have a sidewalk system ringing the perimeter to allow for walking and safety. The retail along Route 81 corridor will encourage drivers to slow down, enticing them to view the outdoor dining and pedestrian activity. Residential townhomes will have landscaping to buffer between the public park area and the retail service area. It was clear to the Board of Selectmen during the proposal phase that Greylock had paid close attention to the town's plan of conservation development and the specific vision for the interchange development zoning regulations, as reflected in the development through the site and public outreach as well through marketing studies. Specific characteristics of the development that reflect this attention to detail are its walkable development with accessibility to the library, to downtown Clinton, to the New Morgan and Clinton Crossing premium outlets. It matches the character and scale of architecture, amenities in Clinton, particularly the village-style buildings along Route 81, which this is where Matt Williams paid particularly close attention to the overall design that exists, the vernacular that exists in Clinton, and incorporated it into the street front facade of the village style, which you'll see in the renderings over there. It was created by a local developer who has proven success in developing on the Connecticut shoreline and region. The density of activity is appropriate to this location, as well as the ability of the property itself to handle the additional traffic and wastewater generation. As presently proposed, the Indian River Landing is comprised of approximately 127,000 retail square footage, possibility of 46,000 square foot hotel, 24 luxury townhomes, community amenities such as a park with gazebo to be donated to the town. It's important to note that these estimates and elements of the proposal are subject to change as Greylock secures tenants and works with our land use boards and commissions review process, along with the addition of public comment. Once the approvals have been obtained, the school will be demolished and the village-style retail development will begin. Other retail uses in the possible hotel will follow, finally the townhomes, likely to be the final phase. Depending on approvals, leasing demand, interest rates, and housing market, the project completion goal will be approximately 5 years. Based on square footage of buildings and land, the project will generate based on square footage of buildings and land, the project will generate significant property taxes along with additional ancillary revenue as the income producing property. The actual numbers will be determined by the final value of the development. We envision Indian River Landing attracting Clinton residents as well as regional visitors for shopping, dining, and relaxing. The town looks forward to working with the Greylock Property Group as they make this significant commitment to our community. Thank you.
Great.
I just want to give an opportunity to John Allen and then also Courtney Hendricks from SURF, who's been working closely on this project, if they'd like to add anything.
I think it's great. I mean, I'm very happy. I think everybody in the town should be happy. I think I don't know where to start. I mean, just, for one, Matt Williams is a great architect. Everybody knows he's the one who did the Milano properties, he did the Clinton plumbing guy. He's prepared in front of the design review board a few times. He's a great guy, he's got a great eye, he does great work. So if he's gonna be the guy that's actually gonna make sure how this thing looks, I couldn't think of anybody better, and we know him. I mean, we know what he's done. As far as the actual impact it's gonna have on the town, it is transformative. We've been using a lot over the last 5 years, and we kind of like use it, then it goes away, and we use it, then it goes away. But this is a transformative moment in the town, as far as getting some attention here, of actually building something different, of showing some life. And I applaud you for the work. I mean, I know some of the things you must have gone through. I think also there's this phased-in development. Having it level first, having it become ground ready first is a very important thing, because whatever happens, we're gonna have, having him bore all the property, having them bore the property cost of getting this thing ready to build, I think was great. Takes it away from the town, it's also cheaper, us doing anything, if we ever get anything done, so I think I can't find anything I can complain about, so, that's a big thing for me. No, that's great, thank you very much. I think I think the town is gonna love this. They've been waiting a long time for something to happen, so, congratulations.
Sure. As the Economic Development Advisor to the Clinton Board of Selectmen and the Economic Development Commission, I congratulate the Board of Selectmen for its unanimous approval of the purchase and sales agreement. This mixed-use development will serve as quality retail, residential, and recreation space for residents and visitors to Clinton. The proposed developer has listened to Clinton's elected officials and is making an earnest effort to integrate what's important to the town into this development, including walkability, character of the community, high-quality architecture, and the use of the river frontage. Congratulations.
Without objection? We have a question?
No, I just want to make a comment. Just as a resident in the town, just really grateful that the 5 of you could work so well together as a team. And no agenda, no party-based issues, and I mean, I respect the hell out of all you guys, and I really, as a resident, we're really lucky to have you guys as our leadership. So, thank you.
All right, Michael.
Well, you did a great job. I know planning and zoning, we should be able to push this through. That's for sure. I guess you're gonna have a town meeting when, on November the 28th?
That's the public hearing is November 28th, and then there's gonna be a town meeting on the 5th.
Does the town have to vote on this,
On the sale of property.
At the town meeting.
Town property.
for the sale?
Yeah, the planning and zoning will also have to vote on 8/24 to allow the sale of the property, so that will take place at the planning and zoning commission.
We have to approve what now?
It's called an 8/24 approval through the planning and zoning commission.
That's a state statute, right?
It's a referral to the planning and zoning commission. So My hope is that the Planning and Zoning Commission will take it up at their next meeting, which I believe will be next Monday, so that's up to the chairman, whether they'll add that to the agenda.
We'll talk off the side. We'll talk privately about that. Well, no, that's great. I mean, so you haven't decided which,
They,
multi-use or the, someone mentioned Trader Joe's, are they have an interest in it?
So at this point, they don't have the property, so it's difficult to them to go to a tenant and say, can I
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
contract from you? When they secure the property, they can actually start those negotiations. We have not tied any names to it, there's a lot of speculation as to what they'll be right now, but at the end of the day, they have a lot of approvals to go through, so both the planning and zoning in terms of the ultimate configuration of the site, so I don't think it's wise right now to tie themselves to anything in
Yeah.
particular.
So the developers have to bring us, the planning and zoning their plans.
Yeah, but they do not have to bring the planning and zoning commission any tenants either. Ultimately, you're looking at a site plan approval of planning and zoning based on the
Right.
regulations, but uses, they can provide uses, they do not have to give.
When do you think they're gonna do that?
They have to go, we have to get through the processes that we're going through, so our due diligence phase, which again is the public hearing, town meetings, et cetera, board of finance approval.
So January.
Once they are confident that the town has gone through our approval phases, then they will start to work, I'm sure they're working on it now, as you can see, but then they can start to do the significant investment into the designs, doing testing on site, all that. They're not gonna make that commitment until the town has made the commitment on our side to get through the process to hand them the property.
Well, the next job we got is Unilever.
We're working on that.
all different.
Jeez.
Hey, no, push.
Well,
Michael,
Go
I'd
ahead
just
for a
like to
day.
add something, that, when we met with this group, we had a lengthy conversation about, at the Board of Selectmen had a lengthy conversation about what we would like to see happen in that center area. Ultimately, the decision is theirs, but we did let them know what the town would most like to see in that prominent spot.
Okay.
ultimately, it's the market.
Which is,
Yeah,
which is,
The
what is
market's decision.
That's right.
What?
Well,
It's
I
the
mean,
market's decision ultimately.
I know that, but what was your recollection?
so our desire is more for that U-shaped building, for smaller space, grocery, smaller space, some other retail, uses, as
Multi-use.
opposed, that would be if you got into personal preference, but again, that is up to market forces, which are the ultimate driving goal of what's gonna be successful on the property, and the planning and zoning commission's approval processes. I certainly have my desires of what types of grocery stores I'd love to see, and I will be supportive of them, and I have certainly shared as many contacts with them as I can with some of the higher end stores that we would like to see. Again, they have to secure the property, and then they can start to broker those relationships based on square footage, markets, interest rates, everything that they have to do in terms of due diligence.
Can I have one other thing I'd like to point out? You see this board with the 9 photographs of the prominent buildings in town? If you connect that to this rendering over here, you'll see how they pulled in those architectural details for the sight line along that you would see driving along Route 81. Take a close look at that, because, this is of course a perfect scenario, but this is how hard this group tried to pull what we have here into their project to make it the most symbiotic relationship we can have. And I really appreciated their attention to that sort of detail. It was very cognizant of who lives here and what we like about living here.
One more thing. I think we're all in favor of a nice hotel, as I think many residents are. We've heard it and heard it and heard it. And we, of course, have made those feelings or wishes known. But again, it's up to the economics ultimately,
That's definitely
the
a
market.
So if the hotel happened, where would it go? In the center part there or in the
On
back?
the right,
The right,
the southern end, on the right.
right there, number 5.
It would change,
Thank you.
it would change both
Thank you,
that
Carol.
component over there.
Take a look at that.
That's, the hotel thing is definitely market driven.
Yeah,
Yep.
it seems like a slam dunk, but it isn't.
No.
Just keep in mind that what we have been, Christine has worked very, very, very hard to get a commitment from this organization to deliver what we're seeing here. Because once the property leaves our hands, once they've done their due diligence, everything, what they do is they're called. What we saw originally, I mean, plans don't always turn out the way that you think they do, but there is I honestly believe no more work could have been done to bring this plan to fruition.
Cheryl, just take yes for an answer, okay? It's all fine.
Yes.
Great.
They spent a lot of man hours on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of dollars
it's great.
doing what they did.
Good going,
That doesn't come cheap.
good going.
You guys
job.
might be looking for a motion
Take the rest of the day
to
off.
adjourn. All in favor?
Join?